Hello everyone. Just thought I would do a little bit of a random live stream, being as I'm up in the loft at the moment and just doing a little bit of modelling and running some trains. I just thought I would come on, see if anybody else is on, and just kind of say hello to everyone really. If anyone can just let me know if the sound is going okay and the picture isn't too jumpy. Thank you very much, Alan, and cheers for popping in. Just been doing some plaster bandage stuff, so I thought whilst I'm waiting for it to dry and I'm having a bit of a running session, I'll just go live and see if anybody's about. So the bit that I've been plaster bandaging is all the stuff around where the coal merchants will be, where that loco is just coming around the corner now. So I'm just waiting for all that section to dry. And I've also done a little bit more just off camera, just where the edge of these cliffs are here at the bottom of the screen, just to kind of tidy that up a little bit. And then I'm just going to be doing a little bit more to the coal merchant stuff. I've got a few hours before I need to kind of pick the children up from school, and then I'll be going to work after that. So I just thought, why not go live? Seems a bit weird to be saying good morning to people when they come in. I'm so used to saying good evening to everybody or just hello on a video, and then all of a sudden you're going live at like 10:30 in the morning. But hey ho. Sorry, so I'm just pottering around just off camera. The only other camera that I have got on is the one on the laptop. But I've got a bit of a bad hair day, so I won't put myself on screen yet, otherwise nobody will join. So I thought I'd just do kind of a long shot of the main section that I'm working on at the moment. And just do a little bit of some of this stuff in the background. So there might be times where I'm a little bit quiet. It's just because I'm focusing on what I'm doing at the moment. So apologies for that. But I will keep one eye on the chat if anyone does come and say hi. I hope that the sound of the locos in the background is not too much. So I don't have a mic or anything. I'm just using the mic off the laptop at the moment. I'm sitting as close to it as I can. So anybody got any other plans for the day? So I don't really have much plans. It's just a case of me grabbing the opportunity to go live when I can and do a little bit of modeling and stuff. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do a live on Saturday. I didn't want to clash with Brian's live stream. So with Brian at Finnerton Central, it was quite important that he did his 100th video. So I said to him that I won't go live for that reason. I'm just adding some guttering to this coal merchants here, and it doesn't want to play ball. It's a little bit fiddly. Yeah, I think I've got it. Pop that to one side and leave that to dry for a moment. Hopefully it stays. So you're having a few tiny picture glitches. It's just a second and sound good. Train noise is very low only when passing. I'll try and move my laptop a little bit. And then I'm just running off the Wi-Fi at the moment, just on my phone. So because it's not hardwired, it's just on Wi-Fi up in the loft, and I don't think I have my signal booster connected that's upstairs. So another thing that I'll need to just double check on. But thanks for letting me know, Al, and I hope it's not too awful with the old little jump every now and then. Probably need to invest in getting some sort of webcams or something like that. It might help with it not all just being powered off my phone. And I think it's also that I think I'm running on 720p as well. Last stream that I did was 1080p, but I'm not really going to pay to upgrade StreamYard just yet. There's plenty of other things that I've got to pay for rather than paying to watch this as well, paying to use this system as well. It's yeah, getting quite expensive, and I need to be sort of saving up for some more track and stuff. I've only got 8 lengths of flexi track left, which is not enough to even do about half of the layout. So you can see in there that I've added a third line down the bottom there and moved the viaduct back. I've got 2 lengths of flexi track there, but I will need to add in probably about another 10 or 12 more to be able to get all the way around. So yeah, things will have to wait for a while. Just bought 2 new sofas as well, so that's put any track on hold for the time being. Although Clive at Newland Railways commented on a video that was on yesterday, and he said that there were some lengths of flexi track going on eBay, so I might have a little look and see kind of what the prices are, because I know that, well, I think the last time that I got the Pico Code 100 was, I think it was £99 from the Model Centre. I think I had a look on there the other day and it's 109 now. So if I can get second hand, that would be good. Or like second hand but unused lengths, as I want to keep as much of the track as new as possible rather than reconditioning used track, because you never know really what you're going to get. It's always a bit of a risk you take buying off of eBay. I'm guessing there won't be much or many people on today, obviously, with it being so early in the morning. People are probably at work and stuff, or out and about. More the last of the weather's okay. I'm not sure how long I'll go live for, probably sort of hour and a half or so. Just thought I'd do a few little bits up here, chat away to myself, kind of end up talking to myself anyway whilst I'm up here. Even if the cameras are not rolling, I'm still having a little conversation with myself, which is a bit weird. Talking plans through in my head. Let's just hope I don't forget that the cameras are there and start talking about random things. I'll try and keep it all model railway related. Hello, Bernie. Have you all wet the bed? Yeah, sorry about that. No, I was just, well, the kids are at school and I don't go to work until 8 o'clock this evening. So I just decided to do a little bit of a random live just while I'm up here. Everyone seems to be doing lives lately, so I thought it's not often that I do them. I haven't done very many. I think this will be like the 6th one I've ever done. So just thought I'd give it a go and see who was about, have a chat, show a few of the trains running. Nothing too interesting, but I thought, if anyone does want to pop in, come and say hi, have a chat. And in the background here, I'm just finishing off my coal yard. I'll try not to swear on camera. Thanks, Bernie. It's getting there slowly. I've done a little bit more plaster bandaging today, so at the top right-hand part of the screen where the coal yard will be, I've plaster bandaged all that section there. I've just dropped the controller. I've been working out where that bridge is there, or those bits of wood, is working out where a new platform will be, so that I can have a raised town section, and then the 2 lines at the top there as well will come off. So there's going to be like a little bit of a road going on up there, and then I'm going to kind of clad that in cardboard. But I need a solid structure made out of wood to hold another bit of ply that's going to go 11 foot along the back section there. Good morning, Clive. How are you doing? Just a little bit of a random live stream, just having a little bit of chit chat whilst I'm kind of making a kit here. Thought I'd just run a few trains as well. We've got a little dead spot just on the track there. I think it needs a bit of a clean. I tell you what, though, I'm mighty impressed by the DCC system. How quiet the locos run at slow speed. I mean, you really notice the motor noise from the DC. I mean, you can hear that more than what you can hear over the King's class that I've got. So quiet. Didn't think I'll run it with all the sounds on it and stuff, but when it's just running as it is at the moment, it's really nice and quiet. It looks like a day out with all the moderators. Bernie, I've just put everybody as a moderator. I mean, if anybody wants to promote their channel, put channel links or video links and stuff like that. I'm not really limiting moderators that will just, 1 or 2 people to look after the channel. I kind of just doing it really to sort of help out anybody that wants to post up their channels. It's a good way that people can just some of the smaller people, it's not all just down to them one person to post up people's links and stuff. People can just do it as they please. To me, it's no real fuss if people want to post up anything, or even any links to any sites, Facebook and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, Clive, I was just saying, I think just before you came on, actually, I was just saying about that you had mentioned some track that was going on eBay. I was just saying I've unfortunately just gone on, well, fortunately, but unfortunately, just gone and brought 2 new sofas, which has just cost me a little bit of an arm and a leg. So track at the moment is a little bit out of my reach, but I'm going to go onto eBay and actually have a look at what kind of prices they're going for and stuff. Might be able to squeeze something. Because I was just saying that I've only got about 8 lengths left, and I need about probably 30, 40 minimum to be able to get some more track work done. Because I need to add in my second and third DCC line. And hello to Vintage 80s Loft Model Railway. Sorry, you'll have to forgive me for forgetting your name. I do watch your videos and stuff, but I've just added you as a moderator if anybody hasn't subscribed and you want to post a link. Bernie, I've got track to give away on my prize draw. Oh, I'll see if I can get on the Thursday. See if I can win. Chris is good. Well, hello, Chris. Welcome. I'll try and remember that one. I'm like you, Al. People's names, they seem to elude me sometimes. Probably why I've got all my children tattooed on me so I don't forget them. Having 5 children, I always tend to tell the youngest one off, and then end up going through everybody's name just to get to that one. I could give you the wrong answers to the questions. Oh, Newlin, thanks for popping up that eBay. I'll take a look at that. I just left the page open in the background there. That's not a bad price though. 7 lengths for $15.75. Considering you get 25 lengths for, what was it now, about £109, I think I was saying earlier. It's not a bad price at all. Were they new ones as well? Don't worry at all. I'm quite quiet. I tried to hide away. Yeah, I don't like going in front of the camera too much. I just kind of do it when I feel like it a little bit. It's always quite scary putting your face on camera and stuff. I think most of my videos at the beginning were, I definitely did them all behind camera, and then I wanted to pluck up the courage to be able to do some live. So I thought, well, it's best that I do probably get my face on camera a little bit. having these 5 children, is that why you're late building the new layout? In all honesty, yeah, pretty much right there, Bernie. Having this layout, I had it all packed up in a box from when I was about 18, 19 years old, and then met my wife in my early 20s. And then had all my family, moved home numerous times, so never got really around to it. But now, my children range from 16 down to nearly 7. It's a time now where they're kind of all at school, and with my job being nights and I have a 4-day break, when everyone's at school, I'll just be sat around the house. So kind of thought that I'd best get myself a bit of a hobby, really. I've always wanted to get back into model railways, having a loft layout when I was a kid, or multiple loft layouts when I was a kid. So I just thought it was a good way of me sort of occupying my brain, really. I mean, I was going to join a model railway club, but I don't know, it's just, you kind of paying a membership and only on certain days. I mean, this I can just sort of kind of do it as and when I please, really. And it's been quite therapeutic, really. My garage layout was quite stressful because everything like the trains kept jumping off the track all the time. But a little bit of patience and stuff, and a little bit of time, I've managed to get this one going okay. I still have kept most of my track quite temporary, because I'm only kind of putting the track in kind of in sections where I'm working at, so that I can kind of lift it off. I don't want to be making everything 100% permanent at the moment. I know what I'm like. Everything will change last minute, and I'll have a different idea, and plans change all the time. But I've got a couple of new ideas that I'll be sharing on my latest video. I'm halfway through making it. It's taken me about 4 days of filming bits and pieces that I'm doing to make. It took me 4 years to start talking on the videos. Wow. Sometimes though, videos just not having anything is quite nice. For the first time in a little while, I've actually posted up a video of just a running session. I don't think I did any talking in it whatsoever. It was actually quite nice to not have to talk. I know that sounds a bit weird, but it's just kind of all about the trains, really, which I'll probably do a little bit more often once I get a slightly better selection of locos and stuff. Sorry, I'm just in the middle of holding some drain pipe here in place, and then I'll get back to the chat. I wasn't kind of expecting anyone to really pop in. I thought I'd just be chatting to myself. Was a concrete sleeper, yes, new from the shop, electrofog medium points for £9.80 instead of £19.75. Wow. Saying that, I brought a set of Hornby Ormby points. I think they were. I think they were the curved points, and they were about 19.95. I went down to my local model shop. It's a shop called Collectibles R Us, and they had Pico large turnout points were £16.75, and they had 10% off everything in store. So bargains. I bought two. But I need to do that more. I think you find that things are so convenient just to buy something online nowadays, and you kind of forget that, you know, there are bargains to have in your model shop and stuff. And when I went in there, they had all these like little boxes underneath, because they got a massive layout. Probably it's even bigger than mine. Probably about 1.5 times the size of mine. It stretches all the way down the store, big loop of track. And they had all these boxes underneath, and they're like £5-10, and they've got carriages in, you know, some old Triangle stuff and that. But I was going to go and see if I could probably pick some up, see what they got in there. Andrew Dobson, welcome. Thanks for joining. Thank you very much. It's getting there slowly but surely. Quite a lot to do, but I'm just currently waiting for a load of plaster bandage to dry up at the very top of the screen there, and then I'll be able to get that painted up. Concrete sleeper, I wish we would have brought wooden ones. I think the concrete sleepers do look quite nice, you know, obviously if you're going for more modern image and stuff. You're chatting to yourself, we're not here. Well, I was saying earlier, I'm quite used to just being up in the loft and chatting to myself, really. I end up having a full-blown conversation. All right, Alan, thanks for popping in anyway. Catch you later on. So I might move the camera around a little bit, actually, while I'm up here. I want to show you the little section that I'm working on, actually. Let me just have a little move around. So sorry, the camera's probably going to sort of shake around a little bit. Just thought maybe I'll put it in a different location for a while. You can all look at my lovely green carpet. So that's the bit that I've just replaster bandaged all there. I'll pop it there for a bit. Now I've got wires going all over the place. I'll get back to this this model for a minute. That'll teach me. I had one of those child safety caps on, and I kept just turning it round and round and couldn't work out why it wouldn't open then. So Bernie, you said that you're going to be doing some static grass or something tonight. Is that a pre-recorded video, or are you doing that like on the live? Or so you're going to have a massive area to cover on your layout. Equally, I mean, you know, the shot that you can see there, that's going to be, you know, pretty much all static grass as well. And then if I move you around, kind of got all of this section here and what's at the back there as well, all the way up to there is going to be static grass. So yeah, quite a lot of it to actually it's going to be quite a lot to do. Sully's Hobbies, thank you very much for saying so, and welcome. Just added you as a mod. If you want to pop in your channel link. Going to do a bit this afternoon, and then tonight, if all goes well, I may do a bit live. Oh, awesome. I'll be working from 8 o'clock, but hopefully I can either catch it or try and catch up at some point. How many tracks are you planning, Mark? Is the viaduct going to be track laid? Yeah, so I'll have one DC line, and then just before the viaduct will be three DCC lines, and then the viaduct will be a working viaduct, so that's the twin track one. So there'll be 2 tracks on the upper level, just doing a main loop up there. So it'll be 6 in total, 1 DC and 5 DCC. Yeah, Bernie, I'll definitely have a little watch out for that. I bought the kit from WWC Nix. I've had it a year and a half, and I bought the big one, and I think it's too big. Yeah, because you can get, I think there's like 3 or 4 different types, isn't there? Like the microstatic grasses and all that sort of stuff. I think I was going to go for one of the larger ones. It's 55 quid. So again, a little bit like track, I'm saving up for one. But I won, I've got it just behind me actually. I think it's the Spring Embankment kit, which has got some wild meadow, some autumn, some spring. What else if I just open it up? Dead 4mm, spring 2mm, autumn 4mm, patchy 4mm. So yeah, I've got, a little bit, but if I show you, I'll put it on camera, hopefully. So that's the size of the stuff that I got. So that's the spring 2mm there. But then I just got some smaller. So that's the patchy 4mm. It's the dead 4mm. And then autumn 4mm, and that one's the wild meadow. I got it from winning the competition from Jason at Bonham's Junction. I think a couple of series ago, for Name the Pub that he did. And I got one of those deballer things as well. But I know that I'm going to need an absolute ton of static grass stuff and getting the applicator as well. So yeah, I mean, I can imagine that you spending 150 quid. What are your plans for the other side? Are you going to do a fiddle yard? Let me just read the rest. Can you show us around your layout? Yeah, I can give you a quick tour in a second. a little bit of a spoiler alert on one of my videos. So you have to probably, if you do watch the video, you'll have to endure seeing it for the second time. So with regards to a fiddle yard, so I'm just disconnecting the camera and stuff. So this layout here is, let me just move around. So this layout here is, what is it, 20 foot by 11 foot. And then the opposite side of this chimney breast, I have exactly the same space on the other side. So with this gap here, I can extend another 11 foot, or I think it works out about 12 foot actually. I can go 12 foot down there for a fiddle yard, and I can do the same down the other side as well. So spoiler alert is this little bit here. So I've added in another 8 foot section for a fiddle yard. I will kind of sort of skip past that a little bit. This is where my station scene will be. I'm hoping for about a 10 carriage station that will stretch probably over about 8 to 10 lines, I think it will go to in the end. So it'll be 6 on the other side and then about 10 on this side. That's some of the top corner around there. I've got plans to do a second level all round the layout. So this section here will have a raised section that will come off the viaduct. So there'll be 2 tracks that come off there, and then there'll be a ply top that will go all across that section. So it'll be about the same height as where those houses are. And then it'll be a split level to different scenes on each one. This is the main section that I'm kind of working on at the moment. So this is just the scenic section. The main stretch of it here is about 8 foot, and then the other sort of 2 foot each side contains the corners where the viaduct will be. And then this is where I will have kind of like the World War II scene, and I wanted to get some airfix planes and make some sort of army bases and stuff like that. It'll be up in this section here. I've got a bit of space in between the back of the layout there, so I'm actually going to get these walls covered eventually, and I need to get the insulation before the winter kicks in just for this side. It's just had the new roof put on. So yeah, there's not much to it at the moment. It's all just built out of plywood and some sort of thick timbers. So these sections here are sort of like my thickest sets of timbers. I've just rigged up temporarily the NCE power cab, just running on bus wires that I've done just for this corner here. So from this corner down to the main stretch here is all wired up and powering kind of the other side of the layout as well. So each bit as I go along, I'll do all the wiring for it. So this is where I've marked out. So this one is the live DCC. This one is the DC line, sorry. Those two will become DCC as well, and then there'll be the 2 tracks on the top there. So yeah, I'm hoping that it will have quite a bit of variety on there with sort of like a top level, so I can do different videos and different camera shots and all that sort of stuff. I wanted to give it as much different things going on as possible. That was kind of the plan. Right, so I'll stop shaking the camera around a bit and put it back on charge, because I know in my luck it will go flat, but I'll just leave it kind of on that shot actually. Might just change it. There you go. Right, let's see if I've missed anything. I hope that kind of shows you a little bit there, Sully. Like I say, it's all kind of it's raw bones at the moment. I'm just kind of doing bits and pieces as and when I can. Obviously, it's an expensive hobby and stuff, so it's taking a bit of time to do things. The big section that you see right in front of you, that's going to be a river, and then there'll be a coal merchants that will go up on where that piece of siding is there, just before that bridge. Yeah, Chris's channel is definitely well worth a watch. I don't often get to comment because I end up watching these videos, and I realise that I haven't actually put a comment on there. But the stuff that he's doing with all the Arduinos and everything else is, fantastic. It's really going to be a really nice layout. So it should look pretty full when it's done then, and there'll be a lot going on. Yeah, hopefully. The kind of idea of doing sort of multiple scenes was that if I've got locos from different eras and stuff, that I can make videos sort of based on that era, really. I think it gives a little bit for everyone. I will be getting some, more diesels up and running, because predominantly I do steam trains or into steam trains. But I will be hoping to get a few more sort of diesel locos, and obviously I'm waiting for my new loco that comes in October as well, that's been pre-ordered, so that should give a nice little bit of variety as well. No, I don't think it's geeky at all. I actually admire somebody who can do so much wiring. I think that's probably why I've kept my layout quite simple in just terms of doing curves and sort of single loops, is because I don't have it in me to actually do all of the wiring and stuff. I'm just turning the volume down because I can hear myself talking in one ear. Hiya, Tom. Welcome and thanks for joining. And thank you, Bernie. What's your favourite loco and favourite rolling stock that you currently own? That's a bit of a hard one, actually. I've got a favourite loco. In diesel wise, it's probably my Class 47. It's only an old Lima model, but it's one that my auntie brought me. And obviously, I remember the Network Southeast running as a kid in that livery and stuff. And I quite like the sort of shape and stuff of the 47. So I'd probably say that's my kind of go-to loco for diesels. But I also do like the 42 and the 52 in diesel. But yeah, at the moment, it's the Network Southeast one. My favourite steam loco. No, really. I'd probably say I've got a Hornby Coronation class, the Streamline in blue with the Coronation Scott blue coaches. I think that's one of my favourite looking locos. But kind of for reliability and stuff like that, I've got an old Hornby Duchess of Sutherland that was my dad's, and I'd probably say that with some maroon coaches and stuff, that's probably my favorite at the moment. Thanks, Tom. It's yeah, it's getting there slowly but surely. Got a lot more painting to do, and then hopefully just getting some grasses on there and a little bit of sort of ballast and stuff. It will start to sort of bring this section together, and then I can start planning on kind of the next bits really with the layout. There's just so much to do when it comes to if I sort of spin you around. So where all these the white bits are. So I've got the brown and then the white. So I'm gonna actually carve in some sort of stones and some rocks, and then I'm going to be doing all the washes on them. So that's going to take an absolute age to do all of that kind of stuff. So I thought I'd get all the base structures in now and then start putting the detail in. So whilst I'm saving up for things like the static grasses and stuff, I can do all the washes and everything for like the cliff edges and the rocks and the boulders. So all those white bits that you see that are down in this section in the middle there, they're actually they will actually be like stones and stuff. And I just bunged in a couple of temporary trees there just to make it look a little less weird, if that makes any sense. So how long we've been going for? Nearly an hour. It's not too bad. And thanks for everyone for popping in as well, though. I thought it was just going to be me by myself for a little while, but it's been quite nice that a few of you could join, actually. It's made it a little bit easier for me as well. I've not had to sit here and kind of make things up in my head and try and think of something to say or very long pauses. So I'm just going through the last little bits of this kit as well, trying to figure out how to do the last little bits. $10 in the stream, that's not too bad for 11 o'clock on a Tuesday, is it now? Yeah, Tuesday. Ten's better than none, I guess. So sorry it's not too sort of interesting in the stream. There's nothing really planned about this. Just decided just to go live. But if you've got any questions, you're free to ask. Just thinking about doing all of these doors now. I'm going to have to be doing a load of painting. I don't think I have the brain capacity to do a load of painting at the moment. Went to move the controller and hit the whistle there. I'm going to go now, Mark, and have a go with that static grass, and if it goes well, I'll do a video. Don't forget Thursday night. Goodbye, everyone in the chat. Thanks very much for popping in, Bernie, and saying hello. And I look forward to, hopefully, if you do manage to do it, of watching some of the static grass stuff. And for anybody that might be watching this back or don't know, Bernie's does a giveaway on Thursdays I think it's for September only though. But 8:30 he goes live and does a competition to win prizes on his channel. So if you're a subscriber and stuff, you get to take part in the draw. Was that the tea whistle, Mark? Certainly was. Can't remember those whistle pot kettles. Just to stick them on the hob. I remember my parents having one of those. Move some of this stuff and I'll change the camera around a little bit. I'll go and have a look at the windmill on the tractor there. Something a little bit different to look at for a few minutes anyway, at least. Sorry, I'm not ignoring everyone. I'm just having a little look online at things in the background here. Apologies if it's a little bit boring and quiet, but you can kind of, I'll move the camera around a little bit. I'm hoping it's not too jumpy. You can kind of clearly see the locos running around. Can't wait to get my new loco though, having a gas turbine loco on the layout. I think that's going to sound quite cool. And it's got the lock sound decoder in it as well. So I'm hoping the sound quality is obviously better than the TTS sounds. Obviously that's quite tinny. Of course, that's the thing with these live streams. You know, having those like random pauses and stuff. I always kind of forget what I'm going to say. And then I realise that I haven't spoken for a couple of minutes. And I'm like, oh God, I've got people watching. And yeah, it's all a little bit weird. You can't hear anybody or see anybody, but you know that people are watching. It's a bit of a weird one to kind of get your head around. Well, certainly for me it is anyway. So I think a bit of a trip down to Hobbycraft will be in need soon. I'm down to my last tube of brown paint, and I've got to do all of that hill section where the viaduct is, and then to get some of these baseboards painted up as well, ready for the static grass. I've got a load of like sort of static grass tufts as well to be able to put in between some of these running lines here as well. It's going to be an absolute mass of paint that I need.
and static grass. So much to buy, so little money. After forking out for all the wood and everything else, because the layout that I had before in the garage, which was just trying to think about what I used an old oak wooden door that I found on top of the garage. I had half of a plywood base for one of the baseboards, and then I used cardboard and some backing card, some like poster card. And I used that to prop up other sections. And I had trampoline legs as the supports for the legs for the baseboards, and then an old metal frame holding the door up, and managed to kind of do my layout that way. So I had absolutely zero baseboards when I came to the loft, because I just recycled everything. It only cost me about £1.70, I think it was, for a pair of some screws to be able to do my old layout. And then kind of tripling in size the layout that I've done at the moment, and everything's new. That's where the expense kind of kicks in. You don't realize how expensive it is. You're doing it as a child and stuff. My dad always just made it out of like chipboard and scrap bits of wood, and kind of did an open frame style thing. Nothing of this sort of sturdy tables and supports, and every so feet all this wiring going DCC and everything else. But it all takes time, doesn't it? It's not as if it needs to be finished tomorrow. Is what it's all about. When I am able to get something new, I can always make a video out of it. It's another bit that's added to it, kind of documenting the journey of actually building the layout. Kind of the whole point of it, really. It's kind of a sense of achievement, really, as well, when for me, going out and buying a new set of baseboards and adding in a new section and everything, I feel quite chuffed that I've gone out, earned the money to be able to do that. It's quite a nice feeling. And even with sort of buying any second-hand locos and stuff like that as well, it's things that you couldn't have and you can have at a sort of a semi-decent price. And Clive, you're one for that. You always seem to sniff out the best bargains. I do try and go on eBay and stuff in my breaks and stuff at work, see if there's anything that's ever ending really late at night and stuff. But most of it is, it's sort of reasonably priced when you work out the some like American sellers and stuff. Some stuff is like kind of reasonable price, and then you look at the postage and it's like nearly 20 odd quid, which then bumps the price up. So I do try and set quite a few reminders and alerts and stuff on my phone. I need to get some more BR Mark 1 coaches. I've only got 3 that are hooked up to that King's class at the moment, and then I've got a couple of LMS maroon coaches on the back, and an LMS parcels van on the back of that. So I need to kind of get some more of those, just the railroad versions. And they've got plastic wheels, but I've got a set somewhere. I've got some 20 metal wheels that I'm going to swap them over for. And they sound a little bit better on the track as well, especially, you get the clicking over where the joins are and stuff. Sounds a little bit better than the old plastic ones. But they're quite nice runners for what they cost and stuff. Just the railroad version seemed to do me fine. I did see one online actually that was heavily weathered and had graffiti on, which looked quite good. I thought that would go quite well with some of my modern image ones, or modern image locos when I get them. Or just having it sort of parked up in one of the sidings somewhere. I thought it looked pretty cool. Yeah, toy fairs. Yeah, I missed out on Saturday actually. There's a model railway. They have the local model railway club where I am. They have an open day on a Saturday, and they post up pictures of all their stuff that they have, because they have a big sort of sale fair on. And I missed it this Saturday. I thought it was next weekend. Excuse me. But yeah, it's just getting out and about to them, really. Always seem to miss them. I don't think I'm actually trying that hard enough, really, to get to them. But maybe I should. Dare I say it, I haven't had a single derailment yet, which is actually quite nice. I've got one of the on the DC line, this the Q6, and there's a little spot just off camera behind me where it just seems to slow down ever so slightly. Let's change the camera angle a little bit. Can have a look at kind of that side of the layout. Move this big hoover there. Something a little bit different to look at. So I've made this new section here, put a couple of my locos and rolling stock on there and stuff, and then the other half is now become a workbench. It's very hard for me to tell if the actual picture's coming out kind of what it looks like. On the StreamYard version, it seems like the picture quality is okay, but then when I click onto YouTube, picture quality is not. It's a little bit grainy and stuff. I hope it's kind of clear for you. So I was just looking at this kit here, and to do the little handles, they've put the tiniest piece of wire in a big length that you have to cut it all down, bend it to shape. Some yeah, going to be a bit fiddly, I think. And then they got these like little lamps and stuff, but I'm thinking of actually putting some lighting in this coal yard area. Maybe just some sort of orange or yellow lighting or something, just to represent maybe some sort of like lanterns and stuff for when it's steam, and then maybe have some separate like kind of white lights at the back or something, just to kind of light up the layout. I have to have a think about that one. But if I do that, I'm going to need to put a bit of a hole through the office floor, and then I can hide the wires up through the office and then run a couple of lights off the beams there. So I'm keeping it off camera because I didn't really I've still got a part 2 to do for the build of this, so I didn't want to show any more kind of work that I'm doing to it. So sorry, I'm just chatting away to myself about what I'm going to do and what I'm not going to do. Ooh, got Tamiya clear orange to paint the lamps so they have a sodium glow. Well, that sounds a great idea. Tamiya clear orange. I have to write that one down. Find my pen. That's quite a good idea. Yeah, it'd be quite nice to have some kind of night shots, some early evening shots. I've got 3 different lamps up in here, so I can sort of turn one end of the layout off and then have some lighting on the layout and stuff. I think that would look quite good. And then for any lighting in like carriages and stuff like that as well in the future. I'm going to move this camera out of the way a little bit, so apologies for moving the camera, but the camera was right behind me. I'll pop it back down in this section here. But that's not too bad. Great big windmill in the way. So I'm probably just going to go for another 15-20 minutes or so. So I know it'll be everybody's lunchtime soon. And then I can get the paints out. Seems to be drying off quite nicely over there. Just looking at that on screen, the little wooden construction that I've made at the back there, and how awful it looks. But you will hear the plans in the upcoming video. It'll be in probably Thursday afternoon, and you'll kind of see a close-up of what's going to happen with that section there. Oh, I know I say it again, but it is just so nice not to have anything that derails. I feel like I could just kind of leave them running, even be able to go downstairs, and they'll still be running fine. Keep keeping one eye on them just to see if anything comes off, but it kind of shows you how important it is to make sure that everything's running as good as it can be. I mean, in a way, you could say that I've probably rushed it a little bit by getting the loops in, but at least some of the sections are pretty well joined up. Cheers for this morning's entertainment, Mark. Sausage butty time for me. Oh, fair play, Chris. Thank you very much for joining, and have a good day too. Like I say, I might do a couple more of these maybe when I'm just doing a little bit of painting and stuff. Something a little bit different than just making videos, I guess. And then there are up here for people that want to watch it back. It's quite nice that it's all kind of unedited stuff as well. There's so much in videos that you end up cutting this bit out, cutting that bit out, thinking of what you need to say next, whereas this is just kind of go with the flow, really. Clive just going through a box of Royal wagons the Royal Mail just delivered. Well, at least they are delivering. But I think due to circumstances, they cancelled their strike, didn't they? So at least you've managed to get some of your bits and pieces, hopefully. At least they arrived. I mean, I think I was looking through Facebook, and some people were still waiting for locos to arrive, and it had been sort of 10 days, and talking about lost packages and all this sort of stuff because there was a delay. So it's good that you got some stuff. Are you videoing or going to be videoing that as well at some point? The camera's out. Good stuff. It's always interesting to see, what you've got and stuff like that. You're going to be able to have so much variety of stuff on your layout, though, with the amount of bits and pieces and kits and stuff you've got to make. Tom, thank you very much for joining. Yeah, my garden needs working on too, but it looks like it's going to rain outside for me down here. So, yeah, I thought I'd sit in the loft instead. And then I'm sure that my wife will have a look for her notifications to see that I've gone live. And then I'll be in trouble. But have a good day and thanks for joining. All right, so let's have a little look at what time is. So about an hour and 22 minutes. Not too bad for a little rant. Bit of chit chat on running some trains. So I'm probably just gonna kind of wrap it up, to be honest. I mean, most people are sort of clocking off and doing what they need to do. And Clive, I know you've got the camera out ready to do a video as well, so kind of won't keep you. And yeah, I'll kind of wrap up the stream now, I think, and just thank everyone for joining. Good to speak to a couple of you, and I hope you've kind of enjoyed it, giving you a bit of entertainment for an hour or so. Might do one again about the same sort of time tomorrow, probably Thursday as well. Just yeah, in between me sort of being at work and being at home. So I've got one day randomly working tonight, and then I'm not back in until 8 o'clock on Thursday night. So I've got a little bit of time between Wednesday and Thursday to maybe do a little bit of a live again. So if anyone's interested and they want to pop along to say hello, then feel free to do so. But yeah, I'm going to go. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will speak to you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.